Good evening, it's Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. We're here for the Bolton Annual Library Meeting. So thank you everyone for coming this evening. I think we have every board member here. If not physically here, we have Jane. How come we can't see her? Usually we can see her unless she doesn't want to be seen on screen.
I'm still learning Zoom.
Are you there, Jane?
Did you allow her in?
I think I did. Are you back?
Yeah.
Come up.
But before we go any further, we have some new people here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the election as we come down here just a little bit. But attendance when we.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Someone knows what she's doing.
Hi.
She's out in the forest.
Yeah, I'm out in the forest.
So I'd like to start by making sure everybody knows everyone. Justine is a new member for our board. Say hello to everybody. Can we just go around and say our names? I'm Linda. And we'll go to here.
I'm Erin.
Sue.
Lynn. Sarah. Tammy. Joe. Eric.
And by the same token, maybe have all of you met Tammy? Does everybody know Tammy? Tammy's working every other Saturday and Wednesdays. So I wanted her to come tonight to get to know all of us and give her an opportunity to see what goes on at a board meeting. So thank you for coming this evening. Appreciate it. So and Jane up there, we forgot to say Jane.
Hi.
Where are you calling from right now?
I'm in British Columbia.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So it's not even near bedtime yet there.
Nope.
Okay, so just a little explanation about the elections. Since there are 9 people on the board, we rotate every year. We should have 2 people that are being voted for. But if people fall off that can't complete their terms, like Aaron who's moving or Harry who resigned, we sometimes have more than that. And that's why we have 4 this time. So every year it would be 2. There's 1 year though it would be 1 because with 9 people, that's how it would work. So this year we had 4, and what we're going to all 4 people are voted in. So congratulations. Yeah. So we're assigning the terms that we have based on seniority, so that Mary would have another 5-year term, and Amy will have another 5-year term. Will have a 5-year term, and then Tracy will have the 4-year term, and then Justine will have the 3-year term. Okay. So we hope that you stay longer than that. Those of you who have the shorter terms, but that will give you an opportunity to work your way in. So, any questions about that at all? All right, then I guess we shall move on to the next thing, which is review and acceptance of the minutes of the previous meeting. So that was sent out. It looked like, were there a few corrections that needed to be made? Or did anybody have any corrections? I thought I saw that. So those were corrections that were just listed from last year, the year before. Correct. Okay. Which reminds me, who's taking minutes tonight?
I'm filling in the agenda.
Okay, is that how we'll do it? Okay, all right, you're filling in the agenda, go from there, okay. Did anybody see any corrections, additions, or omissions? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll vote all those in favor of accepting in 20-25 minutes, say aye. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, that's it, you're right about that. Tracy makes a motion. Could I have a second? Joan will second. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed?
Am I looking out? I mean, I'm in favor, but.
Yes.
This is last year.
Well, starting in the next meeting, yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Because they're both off on it. Just do the motions on the second six people that were at the meeting last year.
Sitting board members.
Oh, yes, that's a very good point, Amy. So Amy, could you make the motion? If Amy makes the motion, and then Joan seconds it. Who else was not at that meeting last year? Sue wasn't at that meeting. Okay, so just keep that in mind and ready. I mean, that's probably the only thing you couldn't make a motion. So let's go down then to the annual financial.
Thank you.
Mhm.
First I wanted to, just look up any questions that you might have received from the email that I sent containing financial reports to trustees. Any questions there? Okay, so just to summarize, after running the 2025 yearly financials, the library remains a good financial. Stable reserves, minimal liabilities, and we have continued growth in our unrestricted funds. For 2025, our total income was $157,603. This is about 60% lower than 2024, but about $35,000 above our budget for the year. In terms of our total expenses for the year, we came in at $113,327.29. This is approximately $3,000 under budget for the library. In terms of liabilities, the library has minimal liabilities. It's really only our accounts payable for the credit card and which is $1,259.57, and that check is actually transferred. The library has a stable capital fund of approximately $49,000 that can be used to deploy funds for capital expenditures and capital improvements on structure. Looking forward, just some things to consider when you look at the financial reports that this probably the depreciation is pending. This will post after the accountant does their year-end review. So you will see the depreciation that's added into the income statement covered. And then I just wanted to also quickly update everybody, just to remind you that the Norwalk Community Foundation grant that we received in December of $2,500 will be used in 2026 to make plant updates to the siding. That's really the summary that I want to. Concerns? That's all I have. You're welcome.
That's another thank you for all that you've done. I know we mentioned it at the last meeting, but since that meeting, you've also spent several hours setting us up a file cabinet, for next year. You have spent hours helping Amy and I learn a lot, and you've also sat down with Sarah. No, it's been a long day. So I appreciate all that, and it's a little comfortable. Godspeed on your next adventure, and should you see your way back to living at the lake again, I hope you'll consider being a part of our family here. All right, so that brings us to.
We need a motion to approve.
Oh, we do a motion to approve that here, so if I could have a motion to approve it, Mary. I second. And Sue would second it. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Okay, then the director's report.
Okay, for 2025, our collection held pretty steady with a number of items in circulation. We loaned out 2,600 books, DVDs, and magazines to other libraries in the Southern Adirondack Library System and our partner, the Mohawk Valley Library System. We do loan out almost twice as many as we bring in through interlibrary loans, so that's a nice position to be in. It shows that the collection has a lot of items that people want. We added just over 1,000 items to the collection in 2025. The book club continues 10 months of the year, and that's still going strong. And we continued with our weekly, monthly, and standalone programs as well. I can go into more detail if you like, but.
No, that's good. Anybody have any questions or?
I would like to point out that Sal sent out the numbers And Bolton Library patrons saved over $200,000 in 2025, which means that if you take all of the Bolton Free Library card holders, our specific patrons, they added up the value of everything they borrowed, DVDs, books, ebooks, magazines, and our patrons borrowed $200,739.75 worth of materials, which is pretty amazing.
Right,
Talk about bang for your buck.
yes, yeah, it's terrific. Thanks for putting, getting that on social media too. I think that's very good thing. Now, Sal's had also written about something that's gonna be late.
Yes, the annual report that's due to the state. Baker and Taylor is a book supplier to libraries, but apparently the company also did a lot more. They're data aggregators for library systems. And I don't know if they went bankrupt, but they shut down at the end of 2025 and they gave fairly short notice for it. They were the ones who compiled the data to supply the annual reports. That's a state reporting requirement.
That's the report you were telling us about here, that we have to fill out.
So Sunday morning, I got an email from the SALS director, Kim Bolton, and New York State has given an extension to library systems in the state until April 1st. And they're working, the library systems are getting together to figure out how are they going to compile the data in the right format and figuring out a backup plan. Within our system, Southern Adirondack Library System, Friday, February 13th, I'll be attending via the computer, via a Teams meeting, a 6-hour session on compiling our annual report data. The information I put on this director's report was from pulling all of Megan's 12 monthly reports and adding up the numbers. But so our internal annual report data we'll start compiling that February 13th at the direction of SALS.
So if that meeting's the 13th, then they're really only giving you 2 weeks to finish.
No, because February 13th is when we're doing that one, and then the state requires, the deadline is April 1st, so they have.
Oh, so you'll have a month then, okay.
Right.
Had it previously been March? That it was due?
I think it was March 1st,
So
I believe, I'm not sure on that one.
So hopefully they'll be able to get all that information. So, I have a motion to accept the director's report. Right, Lynn. Second, Tracy. Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Opposed? So moved. The annual report to TAB. Refresh my memory, what is that?
I believe that's simply us sending the minutes and the accompanying reports to our town representative so that they know what's happening at the library.
So in other words, what the minutes of this meeting and everything?
This meeting with all applicable reports.
Okay, and so we usually send that to the town in January?
Yes, I believe so. I'll check into that.
So we'll have
And
to,
our new representative, so the last week, is Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Sherman, okay. And he would have received that long-range plan at the meeting, right?
Yes.
Right, and so we could send it over with one for him or for the town, I'm not sure which would be most appropriate.
I'll send it over and make sure I CC you and maybe Ron over as well. So it's officially done, especially since Mr. Sherman's new as our representative.
Okay. All right, so that brings us down to the official newspapers. In the past, we've had CoStar, the Lake George Mirror, Glens Falls Chronicle, and the Sun Community News. Does anybody have any other newspapers or anything that we think we should be adding information to? That pretty much covers. Okay, so can we have a motion to continue with these papers?
I'll make that motion.
Sue, and it's seconded by Joe. All those in favor, say aye. Those opposed? Okay. Our bank has been TD Bank. And we've been very happy with their service. It's great being part of their affinity program. I don't see any reason to change. Does anyone else have any thoughts about that or? questions or think we should change banks? If not, I can make a motion to, right? I think I'm going to make a motion to continue with TD Bank. Could I have a second?
Second.
Lynn will second it. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? So moved. Okay, so just a reminder that Sarah will provide us a link to do a sexual harassment program. If you do it in your other line of work and already have it, you can provide that. Even in other lines of work, you have to do it yearly, right?
Maybe every 2 years.
Yeah.
I did it when I started in 24.
Okay, for some reason, we have to do it every year, so we will need a certificate, so you go through the program, it takes about 45 minutes.
Pretty quick.
It's on the computer, and they provide you certificates through the town, it's called Needham Group Training. And so if you wanna keep the certificate on your own, you can either drop one by to Sarah or email it.
Yep.
Whatever's easy, and she will keep track of that for us. And then there's also a continuing education requirement that you do 2 hours worth of library related continuing education. There is a program which we've told you about before that's through the Library Association, called the Book Trustee Book Club. And we'll provide you with a list of those. And then anything that you go online through the New York library system, American Library System, any programs that are provided, you can either give us a certificate after you attend it, or you can fill out a form that says, it took me 2 hours and this is what I learned. Some kind of recording that you had those programs. Okay, so you need to do that sometime before the end of this year. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, so then we're already ready for the date for next year to have the annual meeting. It's normally the second Wednesday, and let's see if I have a calendar that has that.
January 13th.
Okay, so next year's meeting, the January 13th, and again, we'll make it at 6:30, so we can have the vote stay open for people who work. And that ends the agenda. Does anybody else have any items that they would like to discuss before we're finished this evening? Okay, so our next board meeting is next Wednesday at 6:30. I know it's been a lot for Sarah over the last couple of weeks, kind of taking over. So her and I were both a little behind in getting the agenda. But normally the timeline will be like 2 weeks ahead of you can ask for anybody to give you items they want to go over or to be added to the agenda, and then about a week before we get you the agenda. But Sarah, if you're able to get it to me by like maybe Friday, I'll look it over and we'll try to send it out by Monday. So if you want to look for the agenda for that.
Yeah.
And then the minutes from the last meeting, do they still need to go out?
Yeah, I have.
You have them? Okay. So, Dee, if you could send them out, then will you be able to do minutes then for the meetings which is wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm not here.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. If you ever want to even practice, well, that would be
We can do every other.
yeah, that's great. That's good to know. I guess, so we'll see everyone next Wednesday at 6:30, and thanks for coming. Can I have a motion to end the meeting? It is now at 6:52. Mary. Lynn seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
One thing, that just for.
Congratulations. Bye.
I think
Woo!
prior to the meeting,